Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to review WAXP. They actually updated their token model. So I'm going to review what those changes imply. And the bottom line is that I doubled my position because of these moves. I think I'm very bullish on this project, and I find the token model updates to be very interesting. So this is the old review that I did, but I'm going to overview like some everything that's purple. I would consider it to be green, but this is what is affected by the changes that they implemented. So it's actually pretty good changes because I consider, I put purple just to show what did change, and just consider it as green, like it's all positive. So I'm going to show an exact diagram of what they changed about the token economic model regarding the governance. But some of the things that they did is they did give added weight to those who stake their tokens for longer. They don't lock them up, but they get a heavier weight for locking up tokens. You do get governance for the amount of time that you lock up, for the amount of time that you stake your tokens. You get rewarded governance tokens, giving you a bigger voice over the platform. So you're rewarded more control over the chain the longer you stake. So in effect, it is the same as locking up your tokens, because you get more control the longer you leave your tokens locked up. And so obviously this leads to a better model for tokens to decrease per person. And they did add token burning, which is excellent for token price possibilities in the future. So that's a very positive development from their new token model. And there's protection from custodial exchange voting, whereas they did not have that as much before. But now they do. And I'll get into the details of that. And I did say that those who bought in get more control over this platform over time. And I do expect more businesses to buy this token in the future from the changes that they've made. So you can see all these things are pretty positive, and you'll understand exactly why when I get into the details of the token model. Now, here's a big thing to know. And I don't think a lot of people really get this. But their new token model is allowing for them to move cross-chain to Ethereum. And so that means it's like a token listing. They're going to start appearing on Uniswap, and that is almost like a Coinbase listing now, because Uniswap is a massive exchange now. So it's about to be listed on Uniswap because of this new token model, which is going to allow for WAXP tokens to move into the Ethereum ecosystem. That is one of the changes that they are doing. So it's like some big news right here. They're going to have a new liquidity because they're going to be on that Uniswap exchange. So that's a major, it's like, hey guys, we're going to be launched on Coinbase back in the day that used to pump your token. But I don't think the market really understands this. I have not seen any price increase from WAXP from this new token model. I think the market just doesn't understand the implications. So I expect all of these positive things. I expect, and I do expect more market excitement. This project has not had a pump yet. So I think actually this token model is actually it's actually designed to create a future pump. So yeah, so now I'm going to get into the details. Okay, so this is, now one of the things Quigley, the CEO, was mentioning is that this, as far as I'm aware, and as far as he's aware as well, this is the first inner blockchain model. I've never seen this. I think it's very innovative. It's very cool. And guys, remember, the CEO of this project has made billion-dollar companies in the past, so that's something to consider. And this I think speaks volume as to why you invest in something. This speaks volume as to why you invest in a project with people who have made billion-dollar companies in the past, because they think outside of the box. And so this thing came out of nowhere, this whole idea, this new token model. And they are the first to do this, an inner blockchain model, where the governance is spread between two blockchains. I've never seen this. Okay, so it's a new token model. It's a hybrid between WAXP and Ethereum. So basically, you're going to have the token will be on two chains, the governance as well, the token properties. Okay, so they build a bridge to Ethereum. I didn't see whether you can go back. I think that you will. It seems like they will from the language, but they are building a bridge. You know, when you think of bridge, you think about going two ways. So I think that yes, I think it will be able to go back onto WAX. And the way it is this: the WAXP token exists on the WAX blockchain, and it's gonna be able to port over to the Ethereum blockchain from a ratio of 1,000 to 1. And it is the WAXP will make WAX-E tokens. So the Ethereum side is going to handle the financial system of the WAX governance. The NFT system will be on the WAX blockchain. This is the services offered. So this is really cool. So you're going to have trusted services and you're going to have trusted financial governance. And you're going to have two blockchains in this process. Ethereum handles this and the WAX blockchain handles this, the operations. So it's blockchain as a service. And also this is also a component of governance. And this is the financial component. The Ethereum, I'll go over a summary of this whole entire token model at the end to summarize what we overgo. But for now, that's kind of a way to look at it. So the WAXP token, which exists on the WAX blockchain, it keeps its control, it can control direction of the project through the control of the BPs. And the BPs control like the network fees, which right now are 88% and 50% go into the Ethereum ecosystem. Now that could be changed from the WAXP token could decide to change that 50%, but it doesn't matter. The WAXP is equivalent to WAX-E. But what the Ethereum side does is it gives capabilities to the P token. You could think of the tokens as being the same because even though they have this ratio, they still are both the same thing. They interchange. And I do believe that you can go back to WAX, even though they didn't explicitly say it. I think that seems like a given. So basically, this side is going to handle, the governance, the control. And the Ethereum side handles it's like an upgrade to the governance, and it handles the financial component of that governance. So now, what is new? Okay, so you can send these governance tokens to Ethereum. The WAX-E tokens, you stake them, okay, and in exchange for staking them, you get WAX-G, and that's where that time component comes in. As the tokens are staked for longer periods of time, you get rewarded WAX-G, which is WAX governance tokens. The WAX governance on Ethereum, which is its governance component of the financials. You're given control of where the finance of this whole entire project goes with WAX-G. And you're rewarded for staking your tokens in these pools, these financial pools. This is what this is a financial system on Ethereum. This is a financial system pool. Okay, so you're going to pool your tokens on Ethereum by staking them, and you're going to get paid this WAX-G. And that it gives you control of the governance financials. So there's 10 million of these that exist. They are burned, so that they will be deflationary. This is that burn mechanism that's explained earlier. And in exchange for Ethereum, and I'll get into how that works. The WAX-E token, there is no inflation and there is no burn. But it's like it gets paid the revenues that the WAX system makes. So I'll show you. And this is that timetable right here for staking it, which rewards you in WAX-G. I should have connected that better. Okay, so you have two. So this controls, that WAX-G is in control of the burn mechanism. So this burn mechanism right here, it burns the WAX-P side of the equation. So it, this side earns its revenue for services, 20% are burned starting right now, and 80% are sent back to Ethereum to make this, sent back to these guys to pay them. It's turned into ETH. So that's a sell pressure. Some of the revenues will be WAX. That's a sell pressure on the Ethereum side. But it's paid to your stacked WAXE, which will earn that Ethereum kind of like a dividend. So I guess that's the way to say it. I don't like saying that because of financial security laws in the U.S., but that's what it seems to be, is it pays you the revenues. And the governance control component is from the Ethereum side is in control of that ratio of what gets burned and what is sent back to the Ethereum chain. So it could say, oh, I want 100% of the fees burned. If that was the case, I mean, there wouldn't be these rewards on this side, but you would still see pretty massive WAX increase from that. So they'll decide what's optimized. But that creates the WAX value, like the value on the WAX side of the equation, because WAXP is going to constantly being burned as it earns revenue. And that's decided by the Ethereum side. The governance component controls the non-fungible token trading fees, or basically this side of the equation is right here. This is where the fees, it's in control of those fees. And in the beginning, in ETH, it'll be sold into ETH and distributed to the WAX pool as dividends, 90% of them. But 10% in the beginning will be going to the piggy bank pool. And that is the total worth of the WAXG token, because the WAXT token is entitlement to this pool. So it's giving value to this WAXG governance component, almost like equity. So as the WAX E is added to this pool, it creates value for this pool. And if you burn the WAXG to exit that governance capability, you receive your share of the pool in ETH. So if you had 1% of the pool, you'd receive 1% of the ETH of that pool. So it creates like an equity share of that WAX governance, which is pretty cool. The WAXG token is in control of this ratio. So it can say, oh, I want to put 50-50. It can change it how it wants to. And this is straight up the worth. This is where the derivative of the worth of WAXE comes from, because it's paid dividends, and so it will find a market ratio for expected growth, etc. So that is the basic. That's the whole overview of the WAX new token model. I think it's extremely cool. Remember, these CEOs, the people running this project, have made billion-dollar companies before, and they're the first to do this. This is the first time I've seen an inner blockchain governance model. Quite awesome, cool stuff. So to summarize everything we just did, to make it as easy as possible to understand, this is just a mechanism. That's all it is. They're both equal to each other. WAXP and WAXG and WAXE, these will have two different markets on Ethereum with their own evaluations. However, WAXP is equivalent to WAXE, and they should not be seen as different tokens. They should be seen as parts of the same token. Like, they're just capabilities, like the Ethereum capabilities granted to the WAXP system. So the WAXP side is still in control of the whole entire thing, and these are just a capability, and that those different capabilities have their own market value. So that's the overview. I think it's an awesome thing. I have doubled my position in this project.